Okay, so how on earth did I get this Alienware for just 150 bucks? So about exactly 1 week ago, I was at school, and during passing period, I was scrolling through OfferUp like I do, and I came across this ad. It was extremely vague, just a picture of the PC, one picture mind you, titled computer for 150 bucks. I've been using OfferUp for like 4 years, and like I can tell when something's posted by a bot. I knew that this was at least a legitimate human being selling this computer, so I decided to text the seller and risk it. Now, I was actually at school when I texted the seller, so I was like, hey, can I come pick this up at 4 today? I'm out at 3:30. And then he said tomorrow. I got a little bit stressed because I knew there was like 1.75 billion people trying to get this computer, because I mean, it's an Alienware for $150, like bruh. So I was like, okay, that's fine. What time works best for you? He was like, noon is good for me. So I asked him for a general location. He gave me Crossroads. And sure enough, the next day at noon, he comes through with an address, which I'm gonna block out for obvious reasons. And I was actually at school, but thankfully it was the day before break, so I could leave. No problem, I'm not gonna like miss anything. I actually had to take a Lyft. That was like 20 extra bucks, but I mean, I literally do not care. This was so worth it in the end. So I ended up getting the computer, of course. When I was checking it out in the garage, I could see all the rust and stuff. It wasn't until like a whole day later when the seller actually posted another photo of the back of the machine. Probably because people were asking him to. I could kinda see the rust and corrosion on the bottom GPU there, but it was not stopping me from checking this out at least. Especially because now I could see it has 3 high-end GPUs in it. So I'm checking out the PC, and the seller tells me like why he's selling it. Unfortunately, it was a little bit sad. He said it belonged to like a brother-in-law who ended up passing away earlier this year, so he had no idea like what was in it, what the state of the computer was, or anything like that. He said it had just been sitting in his garage and it was time to get rid of it. So that was a little bit heavy, but at least I'm gonna use this computer and not end up selling the graphics cards for like $600 a piece. There was definitely at least some scalpers texting the seller for this computer. But like I couldn't even figure out how to open the case when I was in this guy's garage. So when I brought it home and opened it and found 3 GTX cards, I got pretty excited. I thought they were 780s at first or something like that. But of course they ended up being 980 Ti 6GB, which is insane. 2 of those ended up working. The bottom one I could not save. I've tried everything besides reflowing the card. Unfortunately, I think it's just not savable. This middle one only had a little bit of corrosion on it. That cleaned up nicely. And this top one was perfect. Absolutely flawless. So yeah, I like totally ripped the entire computer apart, had it all separated. Even the motherboard had a little bit of rust on it. This power supply especially, and the bottom of the case. But it was all worth it because when I plugged it in, it booted straight into Windows 10. And honestly, like, I literally could not believe it. Like, this blew my mind that this $150 Alienware booted up into Windows. Believe it or not, this is actually the fastest computer I've ever had in my entire life, so it's going to be my main rig, and I'm happy with that.